few minutes ago, we were talking to Grant McCann about you and development and settling in at Doncaster Rovers. And one of the things that he was talking about was the fact that even in the space of about 6 weeks, you've had training at West Ham and all of their demands. You've had training at Doncaster Rovers and all of their demands, and training with Northern Ireland and all of those demands.
Yeah.
How have you found that process?
Yeah, obviously it's difficult because all styles are different. So with Northern Ireland, I'm playing a different way. Probably in a team that are a lot more defensive, just because of the way we set up and stuff. Like in the last camp, we were playing England and Ukraine, so obviously 2 games where the opposition are going to dominate the ball. So we're kind of playing a bit differently. As to here at Doncaster, I'm kind of playing a different role, more in the front foot, trying to win the ball back more higher up the pitch and stuff. So I'm enjoying the challenge, but it's been a bit difficult, yeah, but I've been enjoying it.
How do you plan for that? Because you all know it's coming. You know what you're walking into. But
yeah.
How do you begin to get your head around all of that?
It's just about basically knowing where you are and switching up and knowing which manager's asking you what to do, because obviously every manager's different and wants you to play differently. So it's just about knowing where you're at and how that team wants to play in the system you're playing in and the position you're playing in and how you're meant to do. So yeah.
And do you find that each one, is there one way of going about it as you make your way in senior football harder? What are you more comfortable with one, given your own footballing experience to date? How have you found it?
No, I find them all comfortable, to be honest. There's I wouldn't say any of them are harder than the others. They're just different challenges. They're harder in their own ways. They're asking to do different things. So I would say I wouldn't find anyone in particular harder than the other. I just think I enjoyed doing both of them. So
has it been harder to get into a rhythm then?
Yeah.
You played 30 games for Doncaster Rovers. You know where to be and who was where and partnerships and the whole thing. But you've had it different times 3.
Yeah. Well, I think it's been difficult to get into a rhythm, but not just on the pitch, off the pitch as well. Obviously, was kind of moving about a bit when I first joined into different places, but I'm settled into an apartment now. And then on the pitch, obviously, was playing a couple of games for Doncaster before I went away in the international break, and then obviously missed 3 games when I was away. So obviously playing for your country is a big thing and a massive thing for me. So I was buzzing to do that. Now come back and focus on Doncaster. It's just about focusing on where I'm at, and at the minute I'm at Doncaster, so focus on that. And then I've got another international break next week after the Grimsby game, so come back quite quick again. Then after that we don't have one to March, so I think in that space between October to March I'll be able to really knuckle down with Doncaster.
It must be tremendously exciting as a kind of young senior pro, as it were, to have 3 different strands of an education. You know, whatever happens from this, you're almost destined to come out of it a better player and certainly a wiser one.
Yeah. Well, I'd say definitely the West Ham, the team I played in last year, which I spoke to Grant about before I come here, was very similar. You know, it was a winning environment like it is here. We were expected to win every game last year in the PL2 because we had a good team. We were challenging for the league and we were winning most weeks and stuff. So it's obviously similar here. It was kind of a similar midfield role. So I think them two have linked quite well together.
Because sometimes we speak to players who are in similar circumstances to yourselves, who, when they come out of the academy setup, it's almost they have to get used to the added, almost natural pressure. But it sounds like you've kind of had it already, because West Ham were going for honours last year. Yeah,
and obviously had it in the year before at West Ham with the Youth Cup final and stuff, with big crowds and stuff like that. And then even before I went to West Ham, I played a full season in the Irish Premiership when I was 16, 17. So the club I played for, Korea, my local club, we had a decent crowd whenever we were going well and stuff. And I played in the Irish Cup final, which is at the National Stadium with a big crowd and stuff. So I think I was kind of well prepared for it going on loan. And obviously it's just been a rising standard since I've went on loan, and the speed of the game's obviously been a lot quicker, but I'm definitely enjoying it.
So what have been the kind of things that you've found about adapting to life at Doncaster Rovers then, in getting used to that? Because am I right? I mean, you've obviously played quite a bit of football for Rovers, and 60 minutes here and 70 minutes and stuff, but it was the first 90 minutes the other day, wasn't it, in the cup? Yeah, I was happy to get first 90 under the belt. Obviously a bit frustrated that we kind of let the game go at the end, but I was delighted to play my first 90 minutes. I think the first game, my debut for Doncaster away to Salford, I'd been away with West Ham all pre-season and was coming on bits and dribs for the first team. Wasn't really getting a lot of minutes. I was playing 10, 20 minutes a half, so
my fitness levels definitely weren't ready to play 90 minutes, so I felt that in the Salford game. Like I just felt myself kind of blow up after 70. But I really enjoyed the Salford game, and I knew I was happy to be here and I wanted to kick on. So I think since that I've just not looked back, and I think the other games have gone well as well. And as I said, I was just delighted to get 90 minutes the other night.
So the manager's just been talking about the fact that Carlton Cole is overseeing your loan. That's part of his job. What feedback are you getting from West Ham, whether it's from him directly or the coaches down there who you work under, about development and targets set for you, almost to them, to show them where you're at? Yeah,
so Carlton Cole's the head of loan, so he'll just like go around visiting the loan players and that, and kind of speak to Grant and see where you're at and chat to other coaches and just kind of give feedback and talk to me about how I'm feeling, how I'm enjoying it, settling in off the pitch, on the pitch. So yeah, he was up today. Had a good chat with him. So it was just, we had a meeting with Grant and we were just talking about stuff that I'm doing well, talking about stuff I can improve on, and just them two just talking about being mentors for me. And they both played, obviously, both had very good careers, so it's two good people to listen to, you know, when you're in the room with. So I take on their advice wisely, and hopefully it can improve me.
Chesterfield then, a local rivalry this weekend, and obviously a team that have come up and are doing very well. What are you guys expecting from them tomorrow?
Yeah, I think they'll be up for it. Obviously, I've seen there that they're bringing a good away crowd, so I think it'll be a very good atmosphere, which is obviously what you want. So big games are the ones you want playing, so we're ready. We had a good week of training. Obviously, we're looking to bounce back from the result the other night, because we kind of weren't happy with the draw against Man United, and then obviously losing in penalties, but just have the last 10 minutes of that game won, because I think we were good for 70 minutes. So I think all the lads are just looking to bounce back from that game. We can do that by starting with a win tomorrow night and kicking on into Tuesday.